Hi guys, it's Mark Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Zicree of Space Command. And I'm wearing my Space Command button and my meteorite from Mars right there, and my Terminator 2 t-shirt. And lots to tell you about, but some interesting things to talk about. Just saw a great movie, Shadow in the Clouds. It's very reminiscent of Nightmare 20,000 Feet, but set in World War II. Stars Chloe Grace Moretz, and it's very inventive, very clever, and expensive to rent at this stage, but a really fun movie. So if you come across it, it's definitely a lot of fun. And also I've been watching The Expanse. I'll be talking about that very soon, and many other things, many other things. And we're ramping up with our sets, ramping up with all sorts of stuff where visual effects shots are coming in from all over the world, and many things to share with you very soon. But there's something with a little bit of urgency, and this is what I wanted to talk about. The next hour that we're going to be shooting is the second hour of Forgiveness, the two-part story with Farhan Tahir and Nichelle Nichols and James Hong, John Hannigan, and so forth. But after that, the 2-hour story is the Great Solar War, which has a lot of spaceship interiors. And the prop store in LA and London is having a sale on a number of its very cool items, discounted as much as 50%. And the sale ends tomorrow. Now, I can't justify buying some of those spaceship parts for what we're doing right now. But if you've been looking to buy 1 or 2 Space Command shares, if you contact me now, I can buy these spaceship consoles from the live-action Thunderbirds movie and Prometheus and Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. I mean, just really cool stuff, all wired up and with cool buttons and gizmos. And so then we utilize that to extend out the sets that we have. So, for instance, a couple of years ago, I bought some things from Cloverfield Paradox to again, extend our sets, beef them up, make them interesting and varied, and so forth. So again, I can't justify buying those items, and the sale goes off tomorrow, the 17th of January. But if you've been wanting to buy Space Command shares, if you've been on the set on the fence about that, now is the moment. And what you'll get is that when the show sells, you'll get a percentage of my producer's net profits on the first 4 episodes of the series. So email me at markzicree@gmail.com. I can send you all the paperwork, and it's really easy, and it goes into all the details, so you'll know exactly what's what. And then I can go and contact the prop store and get these very cool items, which we will absolutely be using. And because here's the reason for this, just to let you know. Big budget movies like Prometheus, or any movie that's made for anywhere from 30 to 100 to 200 million dollars, they spend an enormous amount of money building all of their sets and props and costumes, and there's a level of finish to these things that is just gorgeous. And it's very sad, particularly if the movie tanked, if no one saw it or very few people saw it. You've got these amazing spaceship designs and spacesuits and all sorts of stuff that just kind of goes away. And it's a real shame, because it's a waste of great stuff. Now, many of you know that I wrote The Twilight Zone Companion, and that was shot at MGM, which was the greatest studio of the golden era. And Rod Serling had access to every movie, TV show, costume, prop, set, backlot, everything that MGM made. And so as a result, Forbidden Planet, which was the great science fiction movie of the 50s, MGM made it. He had access to the robot and the futuristic car and the spaceship and interior and exterior and all this, and the uniforms, and it really showed up. It showed up in great classic episodes of Twilight Zone, like On Thursday We Leave for Home and Death Ship. And so I took that lesson very much to heart when I was a producer on Sliders at Universal. I said, can we use things from other productions? And so we got to use stuff from 12 Monkeys and from Jurassic Park and many other productions. Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, we shot in the chicken ranch, the house they built for that on the Universal back lot. It's very funny because the tour groups would go through, and they were told not to talk to us. They just had to go by. We'd stop shooting for them to pass by. But I would always just walk over and I'd say, hi, I'm Mark Zicree. I'm a producer on the show, and I wrote this episode, and this is what it's about. And and then they would take pictures and so forth. And it was just to give them a feel of being let in to the Hollywood dream a little bit. And this was always when we were on break or whatever, because we'd have stopped to let them go through. So it only took a minute or two, but it was something that I'm sure for many of them was a really really cool memory. So because you're passing by this thing, you don't know what's shooting, you don't know what it is, and so to have the writer producer come over and say, here's what we're doing, was it was fun for me and fun for them too. So, but getting back to the point, if you've been wanting to buy 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 shares, they're $7,500 each. It's really enormously helpful because the only way we're financing Space Command is via crowdfunding, investment shares, and out of my pocket, basically. And I'm just so thrilled to be making so much of this show now, and sharing it with you. I mean, we've shot 5 hours so far. We're about to shoot the 6th hour. We've actually started shooting the 6th hour under COVID precautions and all of that. And there's just so much more to do, and beyond that, and the showrunners network that we're doing. So these pieces from these wonderful movies, Prometheus, Thunderbirds, Planet of the Apes, the Tim Burton one, these are incredible looking pieces. Right now we've got 12 spacesuits. We've got spacesuits from Outland and from Aliens and from Cloverfield Paradox, as I mentioned, and from all sorts of things. And it's very fun to reuse these things and be able to share them with you. We'll redress them. We'll turn them toward our purposes. But again, I remember when I was a kid, and I'd be watching, the Star Trek movies or, Twilight Zone or any of these wonderful shows that were shot at the studios, and you say, "Oh, well, I remember that thing. That's from Gremlins, or that's from This Island Earth, or whatever." You would find these wonderful little in jokes, in references, and it made them so much more fun for me because it was a sense of we're all part of this wonderful science fiction world, and it's a communication from them to us. And I love being part of that tradition. So anyway, I only have a 24 hours or so to line up 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 shares to buy these things from the prop store. And if I don't get the money, I won't buy them, because we have the money we have now, I have to allocate toward what we're shooting now, and getting the DVDs and Blu-rays and all that stuff out to you guys. And so that comes first, of course. But very, very shortly, these things will come in extremely, extremely handy. So again, if you want to look through your couch cushions and see what you can do, I know that everyone's going to be filing their taxes. It's been a difficult year for many of us financially, but we've kept all of our people on salary and have not slowed down one bit. And so hopefully some of you have had an okay year as well in terms of dollars and cents. We've all had to struggle through the pandemic. So hopefully you're safe. Hopefully all is well. I'm happy to share all the things that we're doing with you guys. It's really a thrill for me and a joy. And so that's about it for now. So get in touch with me, markzickery@gmail.com. Happy to send you all the information. It's very easy to buy shares in Space Command. And until next time, we'll enjoy the world of science fiction, and there'll be a lot coming on Mr. Sci-Fi very, very soon. Take care.